to my channel. Today we are working on day 12, and if this page looks really familiar, that's because I made it during a foundations page. I made this foundations page during a live, so I'll insert a card for this particular live. I did a few lives, but I'll insert a card for this particular live if you want to see how I made it. But this is just using some paper person stamps and some Catherine Pooler inks and some door dies from, I don't remember who the door dies are from, but pretty much it's just a bunch of stuff that I will link in the description box, and I will link to the live. So I went in, and this is the story I tell every year on day 12, which is my holiday playlist. So I went in and I first measured all of these openings and made notes of how big each of these openings were. And then I just took some screenshots of the songs on my holiday playlist, which I will quickly share with you. These are I try to change up my holiday playlist every year. Sometimes things reappear, but I try to change them up because I like to tell a different story. So far I have Kiss Me at Midnight by NSYNC, Snowman by Sia, Glittery from Casey Musgraves, Amazing Grace from Pentatonix. The Pentatonix Christmas albums are always ridiculous. Like, they're just out of sight. White Christmas by One Republic, Feliz Navidad by Why Don't We, Baby It's Cold Outside by John Legend, which was on my list last year, but it's really good, and so it has to stay on it. Cozy Little Christmas by Katy Perry, Make It to Christmas by Alicia Cara, Why Don't We With You This Christmas by Why Don't We, Santa's Coming for Us by Sia, and Merry Christmas Darling by Christina Perri, which I also think was on my list last year. And so, like, I really wanted to put the NSYNC song that everybody associates with Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, but it's been on my holiday playlist every single year since I started this album, and I was like, Tashi, resist the urge. We know you love the song. You don't have to put it in the album. So this process video is probably going to be like 5 minutes long because I'm not adding any journaling to this particular story. The story is just going to be with the flip ups with my holiday playlist. And since I did this in advance, like I did the stamping, I did all the hard stuff in advance. So there's really nothing to do besides go in and like attach these pieces to the back, which is why this video is going to be very, very short. But again, the most value in it is watching how I made this page. So I will link the live video I'll put a card up here somewhere, and I'll link it in the description box so you can see it. So here's what I did. When I took the sizes into Photoshop and I cut these down, I cut these by hand because I printed this on 13 by 19 paper, and I need to get a paper trimmer that's big enough to cut 13 by 19 paper. My paper trimmer only cuts 12. So it doesn't like cutting 13 by 19 paper. So I just went in and I cut these by hand, and I roughly cut these, but I cut them by hand to leave a border around so that I have something to like attach the picture windows to. Otherwise, I have nothing to attach the picture windows to, and how are they going to stick in, right? So I roughly hand cut these with a border, and I measured every single door with the ruler. I measured the door dies, so I knew exactly how big to make these pictures. I just took these same sizes. Oh, hold on. This is going to be very hard to do and talk, which is why I'm going to just do 1 or 2, and then I'm going to disappear and do the rest. Okay. So I measured these doors, and then I created little canvases in Photoshop that are the same size as these doors. Oh, sorry, Minerva is upset about something. So I created little canvases that were the same size as these doors, and then I just took the screenshots from my phone into Photoshop and resized all the screenshots so that they would fit behind these doors. Now, some of the screenshots are cut off, which is okay. Like, I don't really care about the album covers. I really wanted to just get the songs. The other thing that I will say that Spotify does that makes me a little bit nuts is for some songs, not for all songs, but for some songs, they have a little like video of the artist singing it instead of like the album cover. Like, if you have a Spotify account, you know what I mean. Like, here we go, perfect example. For this Pentatonic song, it was like a little video of Mitch singing. So I don't have an exact album cover. Like, I have the song title and the artist title, and then I have this little, and it was this one again for Casey Musgraves. So it's not the worst thing, but it does grind my gears a little bit because I want album covers, and instead I have some. So then you have to like time your screenshot so that it's not like weird. Yeah, the silly things I do for these albums. So anyways, I'm going to go in and just glue these little 12 songs behind my doors. Now, this is not in any particular order. I don't put my holiday playlist, like I don't rank my playlist. That would be very difficult for me to do because I love all these songs and I can't go, well, I love this one more than this one, so this one's going to go number one. So these songs are in no particular order. They are just going in the album. All right, so I'm going to get to work and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so we're done. So I have gone in and backed all of my photos. They are not being, I thought I left like big enough edges and I didn't. And so some of them are sticking and some of them are not. And it's okay. Because what we're going to do next is we're going to, this one is not sticking at all. I'm going to have to put some more glue here. So after we secure the photos down to the doors, I want to secure the whole thing. So I'm going to just use some pieces of copy paper that are cut to the same size as this base thing, which is, this is 6 inches because my die cutting machine, the widest my plates can go is 6 inches. Can you guys just like hang out for like 5 seconds? Literally, I just need 5 seconds. The widest my die cutting plates go is 6 inches. So these are cut to exactly 6 inches wide. And I'm going to attach some pattern paper to it to attach it to the book. I'm going to trim this one down. So pretty much what I want to do is take the discrete edges of this white cardstock and attach it down to some copy paper. And that's going to help these photos not move around in the album so much. So since pretty much the entire backside of this is covered with photo paper, I'm just going to cover this whole thing with tape. And again, this is going to kind of provide some, hopefully provide some security for this page so that it doesn't move so much. Now, normally when I do this particular page, I design a cut file. So then my photos are sized perfectly. I think what happened here was I wasn't so great with my measurements when I was measuring the door dies. There we go. You guys are stuck now. I think what happened was I wasn't so great when I was doing my measurements when I was measuring for the door dies. And since my measurements were not like perfect, I had a little bit of trouble sticking the photos behind. So, note to self, that's just something to consider. Like I said, normally when I do this, I make my own cut file. I do like hexagons. I've done rectangles, but I just made it in Silhouette Studio. So then I knew like I had the exact template for my photos. And it could have been like a few things. Like maybe my measurements were off by 1/8 of an inch, and 1/8 of an inch is a lot when it comes to projects like this. I was totally rounding. I will say that. When I was measuring these doors, I was totally rounding. I was like, this looks like 2 3/4, and it might have been like 2 9/16. And that extra 1/16 of an inch totally makes a difference. So either way, it took a little bit of fussing, but I got it done. And it didn't take that long because this video, I'm looking at how long I've been filming. I've only been filming for 19 minutes. So from here, the last thing to do is put something on this so it attaches into the album. So I have these little handy, these were paper clipped to the foundation page with these little paper clips when they were in my album. So I have these little handy strips that I already punched holes in. And this is how it's going to get attached into the album. And then it's going to go back to back with whatever the previous page is. So I'm going to, how do I want to do this? I want this to be 6.75. So I'm going to line this up with 6.75. And then I'm going to do some silly things, trying to make sure that this page is 6.75 is what it looks like. All right, so if I line this up with the edge of the ruler, then I have a 6.75 page, I think. All right, let's see if Lord have his mercy. This is very complicated. Okay, let's see. Is this 6.75? No, it's 6.5. Okay, I almost had it. That's 6.5, but that works. All right, so I think I had my ruler in the wrong place. So this is 6.75. I had my ruler set for 6.5. So I'm just using my T-square to help me figure out exactly where this needs to stick on to make it 6.75. Okay, that looks, nope, it moved. Okay, so here in episode 47 of Tashiana Fusses with a Ruler for Way Too Long, we are just trying to make this final page 6.75. And it has to be 6.75 because I worked back to back in my album, and day 11 was 6.75. So it kind of just has to, so that I can attach things. Otherwise, it'd be like, Tashi, why are you fussing with a ruler for so long? But I need my pages to match up. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. But I'm going to have to go this way because the holes are on this side. I guess still do it this way, right? No, because I'm going to have to put the page on upside down, and that's going to confuse me. And sometimes my brain is very small, and it does not understand confusing things. So we're just going to go this way. All right, 6.75 is right here. Let's just hopefully put that down straight. Get out ruler. There we go. Oh, the other side was much easier. All right, so there is day 12 in the book. There's my holiday playlist. And then when you flip them up, there's little song titles. And these all flip different ways. When I did the die cutting, like some of them flip up, some of them, one of them like flips down. Look, there's a paper clip in there. Wild. All right, so that's day 12 in the book, you guys. Today was a really simple page because I had a foundation page and I actually stuck to it. I didn't tear it out and start over. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm going to link the live where I made the really hard part of this page in, and I'll link all the products I use in the description box. But that's all I have for you today. So I will see you tomorrow for day 13. Until next time, keep it crafty and have the very best day. I'll see you around.